Okay, we're coming at you.
All right.
Oh, well, we were coming at you.
Yeah.
Hey bug farmers, welcome to Bug Farmer Beekeeping, where we dive into the world of apiculture, beekeeping, and bees every week. This is the place to share laughs, explore bees, and learn together, all without taking ourselves too seriously. To join our buzzing community, it's easy and it's free. Just hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's cultivate beekeeping knowledge and fun together. Now, let's get into the bees.
Hi, and welcome back to the channel today. Well, today we're down in the old shop, and today is extraction day. This is the day that I've been looking forward to all season long, and I tell you what, it's been a long season. I've worked really hard to get here, and unfortunately for the past couple of months, it's been nothing but rain every day. So any nectar that landed in the flowers got quickly washed out, and then we landed right in the middle of dearth. So I can tell you this, I don't think that this extraction is going to be what it was last year. I don't think it's going to be as strong. I think it'll be enough honey. I think we'll get by. But I did manage to pull 89 boxes between the 3 bee yards, and all those boxes aren't full, and all those frames aren't capped. I've actually managed to bring them all down here into the old shop in the basement, and I've had them sitting on fans for about a week, trying to dehydrate any of the uncapped frames, and I think everything's okay right now based on my moisture test. I think we're going to be in good shape. So there you go, and there you have it. Now, we also may or may not have an appearance by the Albino Beekeeper. I know he usually helps me out during the extraction, but this year he's probably got like 20 hives of his own, and he's been working to try to get his honey pulled as well, so he might be dealing with his own hives this weekend. We may or may not have an appearance by him. If he shows up, I tell you what, we're going to welcome him. If not, we're just going to work hard and get this extraction taken care of. We're going to get it done. So there you go, there you have it. Let me get the machine turned on. I'm going to wear a hairnet this year under a ball cap and get my gloves on, and let's start uncapping some honey and getting the extractors. All right, I've put on my mic because it's going to be loud. I've got a lot of fans blowing on me because it's super hot down here. All right, let's see if we can get a few frames through this thing and see if I need to do any more tweaking. Now see, that frame right there is not even going to do anything. It's very shallow. The other side's empty, but we'll put it through just in case. Maybe it'll do something. Uh-oh, wait a second. There we go. That's another one just like it. Kind of sketchy on the back, but we'll put it through there, see what happens. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Let's try this one. It's a little fatter on both sides. If you haven't used one of these new uncapping forks, highly recommend you try it. It's a lot better than the old red-handled ones. I've got the red-handled one over there in my bucket, but I discovered these last year, and they do the trick. Let me just tell you. I've also got a scraper built right into it. I should have got powdered gloves. How do surgeons do it? That's a scary sound for any guy. All right, here we go. So, let me give you the rundown on what's been going on. I've got a full line here. Now, I have run a lot of them through the uncapper, but I've got some tweaking to do. That thing ate a few frames. I think I've got it dialed in now, but I've got a full line of frames that were drawn too narrow to be uncapped by this thing. So we're going to do that manually really quick. Get these in the extractor, and then
Start our second run through the machine and see what breaks this time. I tell you what, uncapping machines are nice, but I don't recommend you getting one unless you are mechanically inclined, because it's a pain in the butt. There's a lot of adjustments that need to be made continuously. Last year I had it dialed in all right, but I had a few situations that were happening basically because I was running old comb through it. But I thought I fixed that going into the season, trying it and testing it on empty frames, but it wasn't good enough. It was a problem. All right, and some of these frames just, they're not even capped at all. There's a couple of pieces that are capped right there, not a whole lot. Again, great season and bad season all together in one. The good part about this is I will get some nice wax. I pulled pretty much everything that was available to me. And that was a lot of frames like that that just were full but weren't capped. But it was so humid out, I just don't think they were gonna cap it. I waited till the middle of June. And that's usually plenty of time for these girls to cap. But not this year. Harvesting is a lonely game. It is a lonely game, especially when you're making a video. I'd love to have music going right now, but I can't. YouTube will get me. They will put the old kibosh on me if I put music on. All right, let's load the extractor. All right, let's see what we have happening here at Hilco. I'm going to try to space them out. One heavy one here. One heavy one here. Another one here. Right here. The rest are mediums. I like this Hilco. It is a lot less picky than my Maxent. My Maxent, I'm actually not even going to use the Maxent this year. It's not a bad extractor, don't get me wrong. I'm not slamming Maxent. It's just that the model that I have, it's really hard to get the frames in. All right, let's see what we have here. We're good. Wash our hands, shut the lid, open that up. There's that high-pitched squeal again. I really hate that. That is the one problem with this extractor. We'll leave that run at 50 for a while, then we'll crank it up to 100. Let's heat this up again without the uncapper eating my frames. Boy, let me tell you, I've got a long way to go. I've got a long way to go. Maybe I should have started this last week. So I tried doing 9 frames this year, and in a lot of cases, it worked. I didn't draw a lot of janky comb, but because the flow was so off this year, it didn't really come to fruition. They didn't draw them fat. I mean, I've got some fat ones, don't get me wrong. I've got some that were so fat that when I set the boxes down on my stacks here, it actually busted the frames. Let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you a question for my store. This is I was thinking about adding like a yard sale section where you can buy stuff that's used. When I say used, I mean things like my flow hives. I don't use my flow frames anymore. I've got I guess 16 or 17 flow frames. I know that there's somebody out there with flow hives that would love to buy them and get a deal on them. Well, I could do that. I could set up another section on the online store that does kind of a yard sale, and anything that I have that you might want, I can put it on there. Maybe even stuff that's not beekeeping related. I run across neat stuff from time to time. Just an idea. You let me know what you think. We are just spitballing here, fellas. Just spitballing. Because ultimately, I want it to be convenient for you. Well, that reminds me, I've got to order more boxes. Almost ran out of boxes last week for filling orders. Oh, and here's a question for you. What are your thoughts on cedar hives? Got some cedar hives that I just finished putting together. Been lazing my logos on them all week. And got the wax melter going next door in the shop. I'm going to be dipping some of them today, and then I think next week we might actually install them out in the home yard. And I've got to take some 8-frame hives from the home yard. I'm going to move those over to a new 10-hive bee yard that I'm going to set up. Maybe 20. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. I think that's what we're going to do. And then we'll set the cedar hives up in this yard so that we can kind of keep an eye on them and see how they do. If they look like they're going to work well and hold up to the weather, why, then I guess we can make them available to you too. I'm trying to find a shop, like a real shop, space that I can lease, build hives in big quantities. Just an idea. Just things I'm tossing around in the old brain pan. I'm really happy that you follow my channel. I don't know if I tell you that often enough, but none of this would be possible without you. And that's the truth. Not sugarcoating, not making it up. Holy moly. Holy moly. These frames are heavy. They're heavy. They're heavy. All right, here we go. All right, quiz. It's just because I just had something pop into the old brain, and I don't know who said it. Who used to say? Now this is for my fellow Gen Xers. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. Now it was in a cartoon, probably Looney Tunes, but what character said that? Do I need to know? No, but I am curious. I can tell you this. This honey sure is thick enough. Holy moly. Last year the honey was a bit thin. And last year a lot of crystallization, and I think that came from the farm. All the sugar and the blueberries and peaches and strawberries. I think that made the sugar content in my honey very, very high. All right, here we go. Time to go to work. Make it happen, Captain. There's that high-pitched noise. I tell you what, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a nice three-phase motor, but they should have tested it and made it whine in the key of C, which is pleasing to the ears. Now, after this thing gets going, that goes away. See, it's rocking right now. We've got it turned up to 50, but it's bolted to the floor, and that's the key. Look, she's trying to reclaim it. She's got a full belly. She's got a full belly. Trying to get it back to the hive. I'm sorry, you're probably never going to see your hive again. It's probably just not going to happen for you. Woo, it's starting to go now. I've got to get another bucket ready. Oh, I've got another bucket ready. Look at that. I'm prepared. It's rare that I'm prepared. Let me get on my finger. I want to be saved. Here, hold on a second. Let me pull my glove up here. That way when you sting my finger, you can get right through into the skin. There you go. Come on. Come on. Trust me, you don't want to be on here. There you go. There we go. And this can sit right there until it drains through. Now put a lid on it. I can't tell you this, the honey is a bit darker this year. And I think that's because the spring flow was kind of messed up this year. So these are more summer flowers in here. This is just an update. It's 9 p.m. I've been going for quite a while now. The Albino Beekeeper has not shown up, but maybe he'll show up tomorrow. I've got a ton of boxes to go through yet. I've got buckets of honey stacking up, and I've given up on trying to adjust this thing for the mediums. This thing does deeps great, but the mediums, I tell you what, maybe I'll try to adjust it again tomorrow before I start. But it's eaten 3 of my medium frames. It's actually eaten, well, it kind of destroyed that one, ate the top off of this one right there, and ate the top off of another one. But I mean, it was working really good on medium frames, but then I started sending deeps through it. I tweaked it for the deeps, and when I tweaked it for the deeps, I kind of untweaked it for the mediums, and now I'm just using the Mike Berry method. I'm using a bread knife because kind of backing up anyways. That Hilco takes forever to spin frames out. Now I can tell you this. Now I'm not saying anything bad about Hilco. I'm not going to do it. I think they're a great company, and they've got a great extractor in so much as I love the way the bottom of this thing is, where it actually lets the honey out. You don't have to tip the extractor, and I do have it bolted to the floor, which is a good thing. But here's a couple of my suggestions, things to fix. One, maybe it's just my model, but the potentiometer, the speed knob, very small, very sensitive. It needs to be bigger, and it needs to crank up to 100. There also needs to be a button on there that I can push that just, it'll stop and then reverse and go the other way. For some reason, get out of here, Bee. For some reason, mine spins counterclockwise, and that's driving me nuts. I need it to spin clockwise because that's what I want it to do. It's driving me crazy that it's spinning counterclockwise. I don't know, there might be a way to, this is the 24 frame Supermax. So if anybody has this thing, tell me what I need to push on the top of this thing to change the direction of it. That would be very, very helpful. I guess I could probably call Hilco and they would give me that information if it's at all possible. But I think what I may be doing before next harvest is I may replace the potentiometer on that thing. That speed knob is just way too small, way too sensitive. I think that controller is kind of an afterthought because the rest of the machine is just a hulking machine, and that tiny little thing is, I mean, it's tiny. Offer solutions, not complaints. As I just complained about the Hilco extractor. No, I'm not complaining about it. It's a great extractor. Highly recommend it. Primarily because the honey does flow out of the bottom. You don't have to tip it. I like the way that they had the floor of that thing built. They solved a problem, and I like that. So for that, kudos. Oh, and now I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to you. Now, it is Friday, and my video dropped at 3 o'clock. It's 9 p.m. now, and I haven't had a chance to answer the comments, but I did just go into the other room and look to see how many orders I'd received, and I also want to thank you for the orders, everybody who's placed an order. Again, there's a new code going to be in this video. I don't know what the code's going to be yet. I'll leave it at the end of the video for next week, but a lot of people are taking advantage of the bug out code that I just dropped. So if you spend $100, you'll save 10%, which is pretty good, but that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm trying to get at is thank you for saying happy birthday to me. A lot of people have said happy birthday. I mentioned it in a video that it was my birthday when I filmed the last video, and I got a lot of happy birthdays, so thank you very much. It really makes me happy that you take the time to do that. It's really nice. It's very nice of you. So the radio's been playing. I can't play it right now because copyright, I'll get copyright, but then I don't want a copyright infringement. But it is easier to do this work when you have some tunes going in the background. And I've got, what is it, Live by One is what I use for my online music streaming service. And I've got a whole 80s channel set up. I am a Gen Xer and I like the 80s music, and I'll listen to anything 80s, I guess. I'll listen to top 40, heavy metal. Well, you know what? I take that back. Now, I like country music. I just don't like 80s country music. So I don't listen to 80s country music. That's I mean, a couple of them. There's classics that I'll listen to. But for the most part, in the 80s, I was into pop, rock, rap, heavy metal, you know, all the things. So that's what I have going on the radio while I'm doing that. And it makes it go by quicker. So I can tell you this. As I'm working down here, I am daydreaming of what I can make this look like for next year as I actually take the time to turn this into a honey house. I do have some sheetrock I have to put up. I don't know whether I'm going to do a solid ceiling or a drop ceiling, probably a drop ceiling. That way, if I have any mechanicals that I need to get to for the house, I can still do that. But I'm thinking about where I'm going to put plugs, where I'm going to put equipment. Hey, Bee. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know you're not happy. I know. I've got a couple of bees in here, and I'll bet they're just freaking out. Can you imagine? You're a bee, you've worked all year, all season to fill your box, build the comb, and then you get trapped inside of a honey house, a basement, a garage, with uncapping equipment. You see the caps getting ripped off of all of your honey, and all of your work going down the drain, and all of your honey going into a bucket, and you know you're not going to get it. It's got to be a bad feeling for a bee. That is the one. Oh, goodness. Oh, poor bees. I'm sorry, bees. I feel so bad for the bees that are flying around in here, watching their food go into buckets. Not a good thing. Not a good thing, chicken wing. No good. Zero buenos. Holy moly, this floor is going to have to be mopped before I start again tomorrow. I had the same thing happens to me that happens to me every time. I was emptying the uncapping tank honey into the bucket, and of course I got to doing something and let it overflow, and now I've got honey on the floor there. It's terrible. Here, I'm going to bring you up close so that you can hear. Actually, I've got a mic right here. I'm going to stand next to this thing and let you hear this high-pitched whine when this thing starts up. It's annoying as whatever you want to say it's annoying as. It's annoying. Okay, listen. Isn't that annoying? I don't know if, I hope you can hear that. I can hear it. I can still hear it. Got to get over here because, oh man, I've cranked this thing all the way to 78, and it only goes to 78. Shouldn't it go to 99? It should either go to 50 or 99, not what's 78. There we go. We'll start at 55. Woo, look at it go. I might mix it with some of my lighter honey from last year and homogenize it a little bit. Just to try to make it not so dark. I mean, a lot of people like dark honey, but a lot of people don't. But this is what the girls were foraging on this year. Anyways, fellas and fellettes, I tell you what, I'm going to work for about another 3 hours and then I will go to bed and I will start again in the morning. So I guess this is good night, but I will see you in the morning. So you don't have to go anywhere. Just go to the bathroom, take an intermission. It's not going to be long, just like that, but I will have finished working and then slept and then I'll be back down here. All right, welcome to day 2. It's 8:47 a.m. I didn't finish last night till about 10:30, 11, and when I was done, I kind of moved everything out of here, hosed down the floor, squeegeed it out, pushed it all outside so there's no more sticky honey on the floor. But I've got probably 5 stacks of boxes left to go through, and I did receive word from the Albino Beekeeper. He is coming over this afternoon to help me out, so we should be able to get through all of this today. Fantastic. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to put my hairnet on, put my gloves on, and we're going to get started. What is that? Oh, that was a wax moth. That is a dead wax moth. Look at that. Holy moly. That's the place for him to be anyways. Back in business. And I actually found some orange gloves upstairs, so I'm going to be using orange gloves for right now. We'll go back to the blue gloves in a little bit. Start out with this nice pair of orange gloves. Safety orange, safety first. All right, it probably just got noticeably quieter in here because I've just shut off a lot of the fans. Let's turn this thing on. Gonna have to go, whoa, there we go. We have some honey in there. Beautiful. All right, let's see what we can see here. Okay, there's some honey on that one. Let's see what our temperature is here. It's not hot yet. Not hot yet. Good times. You hear all those dings going off in the background? You may not because of all the other noise, but my phone is dinging. And my daughter went to California for a week on vacation, and it's her first real vacation without the family. And she is just now getting on the plane and boarding to come home. Happy days. Makes me so happy. I miss her. Woo! Tell you what, I love this knife. It is a beaut. It is a beaut, Clark. Oh, this is so thick. So thick. It's like cutting molasses. Oh. All right. I will see you when the Albino Beekeeper shows up. All right, so my buddy the Albino Beekeeper showed up. So I've got some work I saved for him right here. There you go. Have at it. You're gonna have to climb. I'll get you a ladder to get to the top. We didn't know whether he was gonna make it or not, but he did. Okay, here we go. Let's see here.
Got it.
Lucky for us, it's the light one. Oh, there we go. Woo. All right, while he's uncapping that, and a lot of it's probably not going to need uncapped, I'm going to load the extractor. Then after I load the extractor, we're gonna get busy. We're gonna keep busy, getting busy. So, is there anything you'd like to say to everybody out there?
Hey,
Get in the shot there, buddy.
All right.
Get in the shot. There he is. There he is. Let's question. Have you ever questioned an albino? What's it like to be an albino?
I don't know anything different, so I don't know. I can say what is it not like to be an albino? Yeah, these new forks are
yeah,
not new,
but to ask you, what do you think of that new fork?
Man, yeah, incredible. We bought some, and I had to do everything, you know, basically by hand. On our combs, nothing was over the frame, so everything was with this this picker scratcher, and it worked well.
Well, I can tell you, if you're watching this video, you can get those uncappers at bugfarmerbees.com. Let's throw in a plug and spend lots of time, effort, and money getting this thing going, man. I got to sell stuff.
Absolutely. And they are great. They are definitely, had I known this before we used like the first 2-3 years of harvesting, I never would have used this red.
Well, the problem is, this is what everybody sells, and this is what they give you.
Exactly.
In like your hive kit.
Yeah, you think it's like, oh, okay.
These tines bend and...
Yeah, it's so flimsy. It's like you think, and I know it's to just get some cheap stuff out there just so you have, you know, maybe you feel like you have enough and you have the right tools. But yeah, the right tool for this situation is
the premium uncapper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I have to say, I have to be honest, I carry the red one. I'll sell you if you want the red one, I'll sell it to you. I'll sell it to you. I think it's listed as the El Cheapo.
El Cheapo.
Oh, my smoker. I listed my smoker as an El Cheapo.
There you go.
It is, but I'm selling it for $15 because let me tell you, it's a cheap smoker. You'll get a season out of it, maybe 2.
Yeah, you probably, and in fact, if you took good care of it, you probably get a few seasons. And it's probably not a bad idea to have a backup smoker.
Well, and see, that's what I'm using it as my backup smoker.
Yep, we got a few set up like that too, where a couple hive tools, got a backup smoker, you're just in case. But
I'm certainly not gonna. I'm not gonna sell everybody and say this is a premium, great, the best smoker in the world. No, it's not. It's. I mean, I'm gonna be honest and say, listen, this and I did. I put it. I listed it on my store as the El Cheapo.
Yeah. No, that's perfect.
And I tell you, there's nothing wrong with the bellows. There's nothing wrong with the smoker itself. The problem is the way they attach the lid. Yeah. They just bent the metal on it, and there's no ring at the top to pull the lid open. It's just a piece of bent metal, and it's too bendy.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you get that, in our case, with using the pine needles and that pitch and that tar, like seals around.
That's right.
And I've had to go in and, you know, kind of on my nice smoker, go in and take that off.
Okay, let's let her rip, Tater Chip. Here goes.
Did you use the lag bolts? And
I did. That's bolted to the ground, man.
Nice.
I had a lot of people say, don't bolt it to the ground. And then other people said, bolt it to the ground.
Right. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Well, a lot of the smokers have weak legs. Their legs just aren't that good.
Yeah.
The legs on this one are pretty stout.
Okay.
But this has got a problem. And it is, I don't like the fact that it takes a long time to spin up. The potentiometer kind of stinks. It's really, I'll let you drive it and let you tell me what you've, matter of fact, I'm not going to tell you what I think of that. I want you to have a look. It's a good extractor in that it's got the conical shaped bottom and it's higher in the back than in the front, so you don't have to tip it to get your honey out.
Yeah.
Which is something that I always had to do with the Maxit and even the Vivors. They have you have to tip it to get the last bit of honey out. This one you don't.
Okay.
But and the legs are stout on this one. That is good. It's got a great motor, but the motor, you hear that whine? That drives me nuts. They should have made it. They should have tuned it to C.
Right.
Like a casino. you go in there, it smells good, it sounds good, everything tastes good. You want to stay in there forever. Well, when I'm extracting honey, I want it to smell good, taste good, I don't want to stay in here forever, right? But when you got the thing whining in the background with that high-pitched noise,
that is...
I mean, overall, it's a fairly quiet extractor, but that high-pitched noise just kind of drives you nuts. So I don't like that. Crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, all right, so of all things,
what we're going to do is I'm going to move these boxes.
Okay. Yeah, you just.
What's going on? Crisis. Almost just averted.
Oh wow.
Just averted a crisis. Almost overflowed.
I didn't know you were open there.
Oh,
so
it's open, baby.
Okay.
It's open.
Okay, that is good to know.
Okay. Now that we've bad-mouthed this, I'm going to get this out of the way.
Yeah. No buenos.
No, zero buenos. We got zero buenos.
I do like the scraper on the side of that too for the bird comb.
I know. One thing, I think when I have the next batch made, I'm going to put the scraper on this side.
Okay.
It's just something, you know,
yeah.
I guess either way works, but I think I'm going to put the scraper on the right side.
Make it a right-handed scraper.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I was down here for 12 hours yesterday. Oh, I know. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I did 20, I think it was 22 frames in like 8 hours straight, you know, for the 2-spinner.
Yeah.
Going front and back, and yeah, it takes some time.
Let me tell you, after sitting on these fans for a week, this honey is thick.
I was going to ask you, had you tested your moisture content?
Oh, it's 16%.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy low. So let me tell you, for the last few weeks, I've had the goink, but I can tell you this, I'm 100% goink free right now.
With the goink.
Oh, I did, man. It was bad.
There we go.
Yeah, it was no fun.
Well, that is no good.
There you go. He's going in with the knife.
I'm gonna try it. I guess it's this side that you you suggest there. So
yeah. Just yeah, there you go. You got it. And I would aim that knife down at about 30-degree angle. Use the back of the knife to do that. Scrape that off. There you go.
If we pick up the techniques here.
Yep, yep.
All right, so you're saying like
30 degree. Okay, you're about 22.5 degrees there. Let's see here. Let me show you. Anyways, like that angle, just kind of drag it across there, and then you can push and get a bend on it.
Gotcha. Now I see. The bend is the key.
Yeah, but if you go any higher than that, you're going to end up with yourself cutting into the wood.
Gotcha.
Man, I really appreciate you coming to help.
Yeah, man.
You know, watch all these other YouTubers, and they've got like flocks of people.
Flocks of people.
Flocks of people.
Like flocks of seagulls.
They do. They fly right in and they do the extraction. Hey, I tell you what, I about killed myself pulling these boxes.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. And next year, it's up with so next year I will have 3 mature bee yards and 1 new bee yard rocking it.
Wow.
This year I had pretty much... I had 1 mature bee yard, and it got plagued with the whole queen situation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then you had the rain situation, so it's I mean, this year was a flop. But next year, I think next year's going to be. There's always another year.
There's always another year.
That's right.
And the you know, dealing with the agriculture side of this is
that's right.
Rain and other factors that you have to contend with, right?
Other factors.
Yeah, we definitely were not anticipating as many colonies as we have there. And
okay, I'm gonna zip in here with this knife. Watch this. Beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful. Beautiful. But it makes uncapping a lot quicker.
Yes, it does.
This is a Mike Berry. We're going to give Mike Berry credit.
Oh, okay.
Where credit is due.
Yeah.
Because he is the master of the bread knife.
Nice.
If you ever want to watch somebody uncap honey, go watch Mike Berry.
Samurai bread knife.
He's the samurai of the bread knife. Mike Berry's like the bread knife ninja. He's the ninja. You want to watch somebody wield a bread knife with you know,
expert precision. Not I.
Then you're looking at. Okay, we're coming at you.
All right.
Oh well, we were coming at you.
Yeah.
I swear I've only had 1 beer. Oh man, I'm sorry. It's sticky.
Yeah.
Oh hey, whoa! What are you doing? What are you doing? I must have had a frame. Oh, one of the frames that were broken probably came loose.
Shifted on you.
It didn't shift. I think it came apart.
Oh, just disintegrated.
Disintegrated. What does Elon Musk say? It was a unscheduled rapid disassembly. It was an unscheduled rapid disassembly is what we had happening here.
There you go.
There it is. Yep, it croaked. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap this day up with cheeseburgers, man.
Ah, there we go.
Homemade, on the egg.
Yeah.
Burgers of cheese.
Burgers of cheese.
Royale with cheese. You ever seen Pulp Fiction? You've seen Pulp Fiction.
Of course,
right?
I've seen Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, have you seen The Hateful Eight?
Yes.
Oh, have you? That's a great flick too.
Yeah.
Did you see where he smashed that Martin guitar?
Music time's over.
Whoa!
Oh yes.
And you know that was the real guitar,
you sent
right?
me that, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Martin said they will never ever loan out their vintage guitars for movies ever again.
That was terrible.
That was a priceless guitar.
That hurt my heart when I saw that.
Yeah.
As a guitar aficionado.
As an aficionado.
Yeah.
As a musician. See, people don't know the albino here, the albino beekeeper, he is a musician. He can get down with his bad self. He can get jiggy with it. I've heard it. I've heard him been a bar before. Get jiggy with it. Yeah. Oh, you want to get a?
All good, man. You either way, just send me down. You tend to do that.
You can go with a knife if you want. I mean, I don't want to.
I've got to develop the samurai skills here. So
develop your Mike Berry ninja. Yeah, bread knife ninja skills.
Yeah, I'm gonna Mike Berry the frame.
Gonna bury it. Oh, that's like a double entendre. You see that? Oh, I'm just not even going to release the first half of the video. See, you should have been here yesterday, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I wasn't actually planning on starting yesterday. I planned on just coming down here, getting this thing ready to go.
Okay.
I had the equipment set up. You know, I had the boxes set up. I had the fan set up.
And you're just like, why not?
I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and get started just in case you could. Because I didn't know whether or not you could or not.
Yeah.
And I had to get it done.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And
I had to get it done. I've got too much stuff going on. Too many irons in the fire.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So I figure I get this done today. Tomorrow I'll do some bottling.
Okay.
Get my orders taken care of. So I've got orders in the store. They're rolling in. I've got to get those taken care of.
Nice.
I got to try to demo my bottler before it's sold out.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, I want to show you what I can't say because I don't have any more.
Right.
And I got to try to get that taken care of. So I will film that video tomorrow. Oh, what am I doing? I don't want to put this in here. This goes over there.
Gotcha.
This honey's got a nice color to it. Now this honey right here is a nice golden color. Earlier I had something that looked like mahogany.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was red. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Now,
we had really light so far.
Really?
Just very, very light gold. That was our first harvest, and we'll see what happens with the next round. But yeah, this is definitely this is probably 10 times lighter than or darker than what we had.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo! That's got two different colors on it.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been doing. That's the mahogany.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Like here it is. This is the whole frame of mahogany right here.
Wow. That's a beautiful color.
Isn't that great?
I love it.
Let me show the people at home what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Look at the color of this honey. I don't know whether you can see that or not. Oh, it's just beautiful. So I had a big swarm in one of my hives. I don't know which hive it was, but one of the hives in the backyard swarmed, landed in the tree way up high. I've got a picture. I can put it on the screen right now. Not of the hive or of the swarm, but of the swarm sitting in the tree. And it's been there for 3 days. I think they might just decide to live there. I've baited all of these swarm traps on the property, but they just don't seem to be interested. That and it's been raining. So yesterday and today are the first 2 days with no rain. So there's something that I'm going to try probably next year in this bee yard here. And then if it works, other bee yards. It's called, and this is something, I'm not the guy who looked this up and researched it. This came from Blanchard's Bees. Go check out his channel, Blanchard's Bees. Anyways, the Russian scion trap.
Okay.
And what it is it's basically you're in front of your
supernatural.
hives. Oh, it is supernatural. It's crazy, man. It's like a time portal. Anyways, no, it's the Russian scion trap, and you basically put stakes in front of your hives, probably about, well, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet in front of your hives.
Okay.
and then you just put a board on top of it, and when the bees decide to swarm, they fly out and they'll land on, the queen's gonna land the first opportunity she gets.
Really?
She'll land on the board, get up underneath it, and then they'll build the swarm right there underneath your hives, and it's easy to recapture the swarm.
Interesting.
The Russian Scion, and he's been using it for years, and he's got a couple of videos on it. I'll show you when we go upstairs to eat.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna do that because it'll make it very, very easy.
Yeah.
To reclaim a swarm.
Absolutely, because then I guess the board isn't like attached permanently.
No, the board is attached, but you can scoop your bees off of it and
gotcha.
get them into a box.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Oh, these batteries are almost shot. Okay, the batteries are almost shot on the cameras. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. We will be back. We'll be back at the end, and we'll show you what the final take was and all that fun stuff. But this is, I've got about a minute left before it destroys my video, so we will see you very, very soon. All right, I'm going to give you the grand tour here. These are all empties. I'm going to be pushing these out, and letting the girls clean those up. This is the uncapping tank and the uncapper. Tell you what, I've still got to do some more work dialing this thing in. It ate a few frames tonight. It ate, I think, what is it, 8 frames there. Completely destroyed them, so I'm going to have to put those back together or just do the crushed comb on those. We've got a finished bucket there, another bucket finishing up right there. We've got the last batch, well, the second to the last batch spinning out right there. These have all been extracted. We come around here. I have one 10-frame box left, and then that's our honey take. We ended up with, I think when it's all done, it will be 1,450 pounds. And of course, that goes off to the gentleman who lets me use his bee yard. But there you go. We've got quite a bit of honey this year. It's more than I thought. And I'm very, very happy with it. All right, well, there you go. That's the lay of the land. And I want to thank the Albino Beekeeper for stopping by and helping me out. I could have done it without him. I don't want to say I couldn't have done it without him, but I tell you what, having somebody help you, that makes the time go by quicker, and it makes it more fun. I hope this video is worth watching. I mean, there's a lot of repetition in here. It's hard to make this interesting because basically you're uncapping, you're extracting, you're moving boxes and buckets around. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But this is supposed to be the biggest video of the year, and it's not. I mean, we'll be honest, it's not. It's just it's hard work, and it's taken 2 days to get this extraction done, and it's probably taken about 2 weeks to get all the boxes in here. So I'm going to say about 2.5 weeks just to get through harvest. But I'm glad that I did. I've got plenty of honey to make it through the season. I think everything will be a-okay in that department. And I think if the rain keeps up like it's been going, I think we're going to have a fall flow this year. So what I'm going to do is after I let the girls rob all these boxes out tomorrow, which is what they're going to do, I'm going to take any of the boxes that have pristine comb, and I'm just going to go ahead and store those in here in the shop. And any of the boxes that have had brood or pollen in those, they are going to go out onto the hive so that the girls can build up I guess a deep medium combination. I will put a queen excluder between it just in case there's a fall flow. And you never know, we might get 30 or 40 boxes of goldenrod honey at the end of the season. Wouldn't that be grand? Anyways, with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. If you have something to say, by all means, please comment. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, take a moment, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to be notified of my new content. I do try to drop a video every Friday. We try to keep it light and have fun. So with all that said, be happy, and I will see you next week. And for those of you who know, and those who know, the code for this week is going to be BUG10, B-U-G-T-E-N, and that's save 10% on all orders over $100. I'll happily kick in 10% to make your dreams happen. You'll make my dreams happen. It'll be great. Win-win. So there you go. There you have it. Anyways, I'll see you next week. Have a great one.